Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. And through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and also an update on our $1 Million Challenge, so please stay tuned. In the previous video we did a stock update on ticker symbol OCGN and also on NLST netlist, so please refer back to the previous video for updates of both stocks. Before we start today's stock analysis, quick reminder of the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is to try to achieve 201 trades, each with a return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, and we do take into account losses. So once you join us in the challenge, you'll get access to an exclusive strategy in-depth video which explains in much more detail exactly how to start the challenge and continue with the challenge with low risk. We also have a Discord community growing week by week, and also well in excess of 300 now, sharing due diligence, trading tips, research, buy alerts, etc. In the Discord you can ask questions, you can read our agreement, have a look at our FAQs, share your buys, and also have a look at the leaderboard. The spreadsheet that we provide each week is updated with low and medium risk stocks, many of them color coordinated, in order to try and get you the 3.5% return. The leaderboard that we have is purely to celebrate success and also for motivation purposes. So for details of the challenge, it's in the description below, and join us on this journey. In today's video we're going to be looking at some important questions with regard to MMTLP and also some important questions with regard to Oilco. And these questions include questions around valuation, conversion of the shares. We're going to be looking at the float. We're going to have another look at and reminder of the announcement from the company, and we're also going to look at a potential valuation and estimated price of the share once it is converted. And finally we're also going to look at, is there still a chance of receiving a cash special dividend. So before we start the video, I'd like to give another shout out again to Bird Lady Roller Pigeons. Her YouTube channel is growing very nicely, and I think it would be great if everybody could head over there and have a look at her videos where she covers MMTLP and also Oilco in much more in-depth analysis. She's also looked at share conversion as well, so head over to the channel. So what I'd first of all like to do is start off by having a look at the announcement from the company. So this is an announcement here. In terms of a quick reminder, this was an announcement on December the 3rd 2021, and if we have a look down here on the third paragraph, just to remind everybody what they said here is they're looking at a newly formed wholly owned subsidiary of Meta. So it will be a subsidiary of Meta, ensuring that the Oilco capital structure supports a spin out. So it is a spin out, not a spin off. And so just to avoid any confusion from the previous video, so it is a spin out, making any necessary filings with the SEC. Meta is in the process of finalizing permanent arrangements with a completely new management team for Oilco, who brings significant experience in oil and gas exploration as well as specific experience in the Rio Grande region. So what that tells me is there will be a new team. At the moment we know George is the president of Oilco. There's no statement here to confirm whether he's going to remain or whether he's not going to remain. There is a statement here saying it's going to be a new management team, so I do expect George not to be on there, because I think this company should be run by a management structure that is more oil and gas specialist. So hopefully that is the case, and that will also give the company much more independence. And we can see here they've also stated that the team is already consulting to Oilco and operating the Rio Grande project, and has been very valuable to our efforts during the drilling process. So the company did announce that they are looking at completing this drilling, which was a requirement of the lease. And once this is done, we are expecting an announcement in January, hopefully 2022. So what I'd now like to do is have a look at the float and also look at potential conversion of shares. So on the screen here, just a reminder, we have approximately 165 million MMTLP qualifying shares for the special dividend. And in terms of the company records, we are aware that George has established this company 31st of August 2021, and in terms of the number of shares allocated for common shares, we have 250 million common shares in Oilco, so it's not an equal match. So what I'm going to do here in terms of one analysis of this is divide the 250 million shares in Oilco by the 165 million shares of MMTLP. So I think if we use this, we're looking at a fractional allocation, and this, in terms of this fractional allocation, if this is the method they use, we're looking at each MMTLP share that you have should give you approximately 1.51 shares in Oilco. What I'd now like to do is move on to look at potential speculation in terms of valuation and potential speculation in terms of the share price for Oilco. So before we move into that speculation, let's have a look at the previous estimated acreage costs in the Permian basis, looking at the cost per acre provided by Torchlight Energy in one of their previous investor relation reports. So on the screen here you'll be able to see trend-setting deals that were completed. So let's have a quick look at some of these key headlines. So we've got AEP, they had an acquisition June 2014. The adjusted acre per share price was $17,000. Then we have another deal, September 2014. This was Encana's 7.1 billion acquisition of Athlon, and the acreage price here was adjusted at $33,000 per acre. And then we have October 2014, AEP's $726 million bolt-on acquisition, looking at an adjusted acreage price of $24,000 per acre. Then we have a Diamond's $438 million bolt-on acquisition in May 2015, and that was looking at around about $24,000 per acre. Noble's $3.8 billion, this is more of a substantial deal here, $3.4 billion, and this is looking at a corporate acquisition of Rosetta. So this was looking at approximately $20,000 per acre. And finally at the top here we have a $2.75 billion Delaware Basin acquisition, and this was adjusted to $12,500 per acre. So the key thing I'd like to remind everyone is these trend-setting deals were reported around about 2014 and 15. We are now 6 or 7 years ahead from this period. Oil prices have gone up, land prices have gone up, and in terms of my previous video looking at the acreage price and the potential valuation of the dividend, we're certainly looking at a lot more higher price in terms of the land and in terms of the value. The next thing I'd like to share with you here is a recent headline from USA Today. This headline is from the 8th of December 2021, and the headline here is multi-million-dollar oil and gas deals in the Permian Basin mark recovery from COVID-19. The reason why I'm sharing this is this certainly indicates to me that this land is extremely valuable. It's in high demand. It's going up due to the price of oil and gas escalating, especially if we compare it to the previous 7 years when Torchlight shared the previous valuations. So one question I would like to ask on behalf of the investors is, were there any potential buyers? Were any deals close? I do believe with the transition of the special dividends, shares are now going to be going into Oilco. So I believe the vast majority of investors would certainly prefer a cash special dividend, which is what was expected. So hopefully once the confidentiality reasons are over and after this whole scenario is played out, hopefully in January, this information can be shared with investors. And finally, to finish off the video, I'd like to look at an estimated value of common shares in Oilco. So this is certainly a lot more difficult to predict compared to if we were looking at a sale of assets. So when we're looking at a sale of assets, I certainly think that the good thing about that is the amount that we receive will not be subject to market forces. In this particular case, the actual amount of and value of the shares which will be trading will be also subject to market forces. So the actual amount nominated can also change very, very quickly. So on the bear case, we're looking at $3. On the bull case, we're looking at $9. And finally, I would welcome also some alternative estimates in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.